I'm here with Liam Palmer, Sheffield Wednesday and Scotland fullback, here at the Palmer School of Excellence. Just give me the background to the Palmer School of Excellence, as you say.
Yeah, so it's somewhere that the kids can come, enjoy a fun, friendly environment. Something I've been keen to do for a while. For me, it's where I got picked up as a junior, just up the road there. Mum and dad working. Sent you down for the soccer school and managed to get picked up by one of the coaches there, and ended up taking me to Wednesday when I was 7. So, there might be a hidden gem here that can follow a similar path, but also, my son comes to this soccer school. I wanted him to come to one that I knew was well run, and he can meet new friends. There's kids from all different schools, so bringing all the schools from Worksop together almost, and it's going well.
Brilliant.
Enjoying it.
You contacted us at Kick It Out, and as you proudly display the Kick It Out logo on your shirts. Why? What was the reason behind that?
I think as well as the soccer camps and the football side of it, could see a need really in this local area where I'm from, for some education alongside it. So no better than Kick It Out. Obviously something that's more than relevant in today's society, these things that we keep seeing that are happening. We get a lot of Eastern European children coming to the camps, coming to Worksop. So if we can affect 37 young little minds and plant a little seed in their brain as to, just being able to understand a bit more about racism, discrimination, and take that on and maybe go back to their various schools and imply that message to their peers, and it can have a knock-on effect, then brilliant.
Fantastic. So we're going to deliver an educational session a little bit later on. We'll see. Listen, it'll be very hard to ignore this next topic.
Yeah.
So we've got to talk about racism. We've had recent incidents that have brought it back into the public domain, although it has never really gone away. So what's your thoughts about, we've had the incidents with, England out in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
We had Haringey Borough manager now pull a team off a football pitch, as everyone said England should have done.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts in where we are at the moment with racism in football?
I think in terms of the problem, obviously it's very much still there. Internationally, whether it be the Lukaku situation we've seen recently, there's a lot going off. It's a lot more publicised, which I think is a good thing in terms of awareness. And with the England one, the way the game was going, I think that the lads decided they wanted to stay out there. That was down to how they felt at the time, but I think they was more than prepared to walk off, and obviously you saw the mass exodus from the stands. To me, that was a good sign. To me. I think in terms of the sanctions and things, it's not enough. It's not enough when you compare it to what other people get for various other things. So I think the sanctions need looking at. Personally, for myself, I'm very much zoned in when I'm playing.
So have you been in a hostile environment like that before, or had to play maybe where?
Nothing to that sort of extent. There was an incident we had last season that got dealt with really well by the South Yorkshire Police, really in depth. They had a real look at it and spoke to the lads involved, and I think that's a good sign as well, that the police took it as serious as they did. And I think the more it's spoke about, the more the awareness is raised. These type of days with the kids, education for me is one of the keys to going forward to kind of hopefully eradicating it from the game.
So what role do you as professional players have to play in terms of this fight, this battle to, I don't believe we're ever going to eradicate it from our game, but in terms of that awareness raising and that, public speaking almost about the situations that occur? Yeah,
I think that's one of the taboos with it. Nobody really knows how to speak about it, or if they can speak about it, especially players of a white background. They sometimes don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah. And I would encourage them, like the England boys, to support ethnic minorities and come together and fight it. And I think that's what's one of the good things that came out of the England situation, for example. They was all prepared to come together and fight against it, and I think that's something, a strong message sent to everyone, and especially I think a lot more can be done from players in terms of, you know, speaking about it, but also fans as well if they hear something. Having the courage to, you know, speak up and say, listen, that's not right. Go see a steward if they don't want that confrontation that can put a lot of people off from, you know, because we've seen it as people's families, my family are in the stands, whoever it might be, and it's not nice for them to hear.
So we've had a little chat beforehand. You've told me about your children. Would you like to just, it seems pretty random, but would you like to just explain, I say scenario, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the situation obviously with your young children.
So my son's here today. He's with the soccer camp with his friends, enjoying the football. But one of the main reasons that I did reach out, you know, to kick it out in the educational side of it is, obviously, he's quite fair. My wife's quite fair, so obviously we've got mixed children. I've got 2 boys and a girl, you know, it's good, I think, for him to kind of come, get the educational side, kind of understand, you know, people are different. That's okay. He's never really questioned skin colour. Obviously, my dad's black, my grandparents from Jamaica. He sees a lot of different colours in his family, and it'd be good for him to understand that that's fine. Everybody's different. We all come from different backgrounds. Remember one instance on a lap of honour at the end of a season, and you know, you're proudly carrying your kids around, one in hand, one on your shoulders. Put the picture up on Instagram. Thanks, you know, to the fans for the support throughout the season. Can't wait to get going next season. And you get some ignorant comments saying that can't be his son. He's got fair skin. He's got ginger hair. The sun was shining. It was the end of the season. His hair's shining ginger, whatever it might be. And, you know, to read that, you look at it and you think, again, the narrow-minded people that take to a, you know, we don't touch on the social media side, but take to the social media side, and it is sad to see, really. But from my perspective, it's more not protecting him from it, making him aware of you know, we're all different, and that's fine, and that's okay. And you know, in maybe 5, 10 years, if he experiences anything, that can't be your dad, because you know, I want him to be, well, we're all different, and have a good understanding of what it means to be from a mixed family, and that's fine.
And you say also that your older son is a lot darker. So there's a contrast there. The middle one, is a lot darker. Again, so basically people are identifying your family almost as if they're not your family. The last little bit then, the perils of social media. And I'm glad you brought it up. For it, against it, what does it do for you?
Love social media. Love social media in terms of how I can use my platform to reach a vast number of people. The bad side of it, you're accessible. You're accessible to, you know, people praising you, which is great, but you've got to take the ugly side of it as well. In terms of the social media and how I use it, obviously after a game I'll put up a picture. Twitter I don't touch anymore. Any reason? I've got an account, but the things that, you know, the fake accounts, the things that get said, the way they don't deal with that problem.
I think I searched your account and it was 2014 or 2015.
Probably since the last time I used it. So I think for me, I use Instagram, and that's be seen to doing a lot more in terms of you can switch your comments off. Not that I do. You know, it's easier to report ban users. You know, and I can pick and choose what I put on there. In terms of Twitter and things like that, it should be a freedom of speech, but if somebody's trying to abuse me and call me whatever, but I can't respond in any type of way that's going to help the situation, so why bother? Do you know what I mean? They want that reaction, they want to be the person that you respond to. Why give them that? Why give them that option?
Brilliant.
So that's my take on it.
Liam, thank you so much. Cheers. Absolutely appreciate it, and look forward to the rest of the day.
Cheers. Thank you.